beautiful private villa and thought to yourself, I really want to know how this place looks like inside. In Bundanoon City, which is 2 hours away from Sydney, every year fabulous private gardens open their gates for curious people like us to go inside and have a look.
This is a showstopper garden. It's what we call a park-like garden. It's 5 acres.
Wow.
It ran for a very long time as an orchard, a fully functioning commercial orchard. And then John started planting the garden out 35 years ago.
Yes.
So there are magnificent arbours. There's almost like an arboretum. There are water features everywhere. He's a very clever designer, John. He knows he has vision for the future, so he plants in view of how it's going to look in a few years down the track, and he's levelled all the ground out, and it's really sort of one garden after another. Here comes the rain again.
So I'm here with Kay and John, owners of this beautiful place. I have a huge question. This place is stunning. Does it ever get boring to you?
Never.
That's what I thought.
Never. It'll be growing and growing and growing till we finish.
So it always has something different for you to look at, right?
Exactly.
So you never get like, I'm not used to it. That's a pond. Like, I'm used to it now.
Every day there's something different.
So all the beautiful pieces you see here and there in this garden, John actually gathered them from different places and put them here. So like this bridge was part of a railway that they didn't need it anymore, and he just grabbed it and put it here, and he's using it as a bridge. It's just creative. Do you keep changing the design of the place?
Yeah, well, sometimes we do, yeah. Of an afternoon, I like to go for a walk around the garden and have a beer or a wine.
Yes.
And then I think what to do.
What to do and how to change this place again?
Do something different, yeah.
Wow, you're so creative. Another fact about this place, this actual flooring that you see here was part of the skateboarding flooring. Then John took it out, smashed it to pieces, and made this beautiful flooring that you see here. You won't believe that's what it was before, what you see now. Because it's raining, we first thought it's disaster, but it actually worked out well because we have the best lighting, and we also get to see these beautiful drizzles everywhere. Amazing. Do you ever feel like he's attending more to the garden than being in the house? Like when you need him?
John much prefers to be outside. He doesn't like being inside.
It's really heavily raining outside. We had to come somewhere with a roof upon us, so we could find this beautiful summer house in the middle of one of the gardens. They were so generous to allow us to come inside, and they're treating us with yummy teas and stuff. So we are going to talk with Sandy and ask her about how this village, garden rumble, and everything formed.
Bundanoon is a little village in the Southern Highlands which has become really well known internationally because we were the first place in the world to ban the sale of bottled water. We're also really well known for our gardens. So the Bundanoon Garden Ramble started 24 years ago to help raise money to beautify the town of Bundanoon, and this year it would have been open still with the rain, but due to COVID restrictions sadly we've had to cancel. But our gardeners keep going all year round, so the gardens are as beautiful as they would be if the Ramble was going to be on. We call it town gardens. Predominantly it's a shade garden, so there's a lot of overhanging trees. They've planted a lot of undergrowth, so you'd see the best of cold climate gardening. There's lots of hellebores, there's lots of hollyhocks, there's ferns, and there's also a nice mix of natives through. Sort of essential Southern Highlands garden, and they have a lot of fun features through. They're both very artistic people, so there are sculptures, there's some vintage sort of concrete pots and statues around the edge. And this garden was a little bit scary early in the year because the fire came right up the gully, and this was one of the houses in Bundanoon that was in the line of fire. So we're very glad to see it's still here.
These look a bit sick and sad. In 5 days, they will be completely upright.
Really?
And in probably 14 days, ready to put back in the ground and grow as a new plant.
So you heal them?
Yeah, yeah. Very...
This garden garden that we are visiting now is one of the ones that's kind of my dream because the owners are a couple. One of them is a sculptor and one is a painter. And they're both making beautiful pieces, decorating this fantastic garden with their pieces. I think that's my dream. When I get older, I also want to do the same thing. I want to just buy a big garden and then fill it out with my sculptures, figurines everywhere. Is not a gardener. He's a famous sculptor who is 90 years old yet has much better vision in art than me and you. What is your favorite style of art? Like modern?
What I'm doing at the time.
So whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's a mental disease that's called creativity, and but it's socially acceptable.
So creativity is a mental disease concept. I agree with that because it doesn't allow you to sleep even. Yeah, when the idea just hits your mind.
You just have to do it.
You have to do it, right?
Yep, yes, I will have to do it.
This garden has many kinds of citrus trees and been designed in Japanese style with the lake in the middle of it. Before we enter to this beautiful house here, I'm going to ask a few questions. So, how old is this house?
2 years.
Only 2 years.
Yeah.
Did you have any specific design in mind when you were planting them? Is there any order, anything?
Only that all of the plants at the front are warm colours, reds and oranges and yellows.
Yeah.
And all of the plants at the back are cool colours.
Cooler colors like
Pink, purple, white.
no blue
Yeah, blue.
and blue as well.
Blue.
So you also grow some beehives as well. Is that
we
right?
have one beehive. And we have chickens
Chickens, okay, and vegetables.
and lots of vegetables.
I'm just thinking now, but was it that you wanted to grow a habit of a more healthy lifestyle and
Yes.
growing organic food as well when you bought this land?
Very much.
Go and take a look inside if you allow us. Great, I'm so happy to be here. Behind another closed door. Here they planted so many vegetables that also bears eat them. So they had to create this big cage so that they don't attack yummy lettuce and all the things that we have here. Now let's plant something. It's just amazing how you can get fresh herbs and vegetables out of your own garden and add them to your salad. Can you imagine how much organic and healthy that would be? If this was my house, I could come and grab my breakfast egg like this. But this is not mine, so I'll put it back. Plants and designing landscapes are interests of almost everyone, but can we all do it? It takes lots of effort to attend to these gardens and keep them looking stunning all year round. These gardens show us many years of constant care, passion and love that was put into creating them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and keep looking out for the next day to be announced on the Bundanoon Garden Ramble in the link below. Till next time, have a colorful and leafy day. Bye in the rain. let them come in the rain. Sure. Oh, amazing. Oh, it's beautiful. Thanks. No, it's all good. It's all fine. No, it's...
Do I look wet?
I think so. It's shady here too. Okay, sure. Whoopee. I don't know what to say. Yeah, no. It doesn't go. It's soaked now. Came down.